Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Tiz and I am back with another amazing and more detailed videos on how I make 45,000 naira in a month making and selling buns. Yes guys, so the last video I made, I got a lot of questions on measurements. Like some people could not see like the measurements clearly, and I needed to explain more, like why I was not using butter or yeast or egg, any protein, and a lot of questions like that. You guys, if you watch that video, you'll see a lot of comments on the ingredients, okay, on the recipe that I used to make my buns, and then the selling and all of that, the selling factor and all that. So anyways, in this video I am going to make a more detailed video. As you see, I have like my ingredients here that I'll be using to make another one, and I'll be explaining in details, okay, so that you guys will understand. Then at the end of the video, or maybe at the end of the video, let me say, I'll give you the cost, my own cost, and then how you can actually add or subtract when it comes to you preparing your own. Okay, yeah, so if you're ready for this for today's video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and also turn on your post notifications so you'll be notified when I post the next video. Okay, without further ado, let's go right into the video. Right, this is my right actually, but maybe this should be your own right. So let's go right into the video.
What you gonna do? I don't wanna be the one who just keeps on chasing you, baby. But you know it's true.
All right guys, so first of all, let me give you what I use, okay, then I will give you what you guys have been asking me in the comment section. Okay, so this is what I use my flour. Okay, let me start measuring here. So I am supposed to use 300 grams, but I'm going to divide 300 grams into two, one for what I do and the other one for what you guys have been asking me in the comment section. Okay, all right guys, so I actually changed my mind. I'll be making it 300 grams. Okay, so I'll be able to give you a very detailed cost and our profits. Okay, so I'll be adding 300 grams here. This is 300 grams. Yeah, okay, that's more than 300 grams. So this is 300 grams, and here another 300 grams. So this is another 300 grams. This is going to be so original. Okay, so let me use this one. Now for every 300 grams I use 50 grams of sugar. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to be adding 50 grams of sugar here. Just 50, because your customers don't want too much sugar. This is just to balance. Okay, if some people want more sugar, they won't be able to complain, and those that don't want too much sugar, they won't be able to complain. So before I used to use about like 80 grams of sugar for 300 grams, but this is 300. Okay, so let me pour this here. I mean 50, so another 50 grams for the second one. Ah, 50, Abby. My mind is not yet for me. Calm down. Okay, as I said, this is going to be original. Okay, so this is another 50 grams. I hope you guys can see. Now up next, I'll be adding butter to this one. Okay, this is the one for you guys, and this is the one I use for my own production. Okay, and I'll be explaining everything about my business to you at the end of the video. So for this one, I'll be adding nutmeg. Let me add nutmeg. So because this is 300 grams, I won't be using a whole sachet of nutmeg. A sachet of nutmeg contains 4 grams when you're using grams, and it actually contains 1 teaspoon, okay, when you're using your spoon to measure. Do you guys understand? But I won't be using all of this nutmeg. We also have the seed, okay, that one you have to grate, but this one is already in the powdered form. So yeah, I'll be adding just half of it. Here's it. So this is my half. This is my half teaspoon. So I'll just use half of this one. Okay, can you guys see? All right, can you see, you guys? Yeah. So the reason why I use this one, because this one is actually like stronger. There are different brands of nutmeg. This is not sponsored, but I use this one because even you guys can see how thick it is, and then the taste is strong. I actually used to use one. I've tried one before where that one is actually light. It is you have to add a lot of it before you can actually feel that there's nutmeg. But for this one, I won't be adding nutmeg, but I'll be adding cinnamon. So in my business, mostly I use nutmeg. Sometimes I use cinnamon. Okay, some cinnamon, some nutmeg. And there was a time that I actually added the two together, and it was nice. So if you don't want to use your cinnamon, your nutmeg, you can use your cinnamon. Do you guys understand? So this is nutmeg and this is cinnamon. This is the seed of nutmeg. Okay, now for cinnamon, I'm going to be using half as well. Okay, still going to be using half. I love both tastes. Like for me, I love the taste. I love both. I'm just used to this one, so most times I want to take this one. Okay, the one with cinnamon, because I've been taking the one with nutmeg for a long time. So let me just make it a little bit fuller. Oh, okay, that's too much. Okay, so I'm going to reuse. Can you see what we have there? Can you see? Okay, so now, yeah, I'll be adding salt. I'll also be adding half teaspoon of salt here. Okay, now let me tell you one secret of salt with buns and sugar. Okay, when you add lesser salt, your buns would naturally, like, the taste will not, the taste is going to be okay and all that, but that sugary taste of it will not come out when you have had less. But when you had enough sugar, let me see, okay, just a little bit. Okay, but when you had enough sugar, not too much, or you have to balance. Okay, but when you had enough sugar to your buns, then the sugar part will come out. So those that are actually that take less sugar will actually think, oh, your sugar is much, but it's not actually much. It is the salt that made the sugar, the sugary part of your buns come out. Okay, the sugary taste, or I don't even know how to put it, but I hope you guys understand. All right, so this is this. So up next, I'll be adding butter. Okay, I'll still be using this one. Now, me, I don't add butter to mine because, you know, you already have fat. Although butter, aside from the oil part, the fat part, it actually enhances the taste of your buns. Okay, but with the way things are expensive now, I stopped adding butter. Okay, so I'm coming. But I'll be adding butter to this one. Now, for 300 grams, I'm supposed to be adding 5 because, okay, I'll be adding 10 grams, sorry. For 300 grams, I'll be adding, for 300 grams of flour, I'll be adding 10 grams of butter. Can you guys see? Now, this is just because it's of the commercial parts, I'll be adding just 10. Okay, now if you want to make maybe for the house, or you want to add more, you can add 20 grams. Okay, but I used to add 10 grams. I actually used to add 20 grams before, but I reduced it to 10 grams till I stopped adding. Okay, yeah. So because of the salty part of the butter, because I use salted butter. Okay, I use salted butter. I use Siemens. I don't have Siemens. I use Napa for baking, so that's why I'm using Napa. But I don't have Siemens in the house. So, anyways, as I was saying, I had salted butter. Now, the reason why the taste of salted butter in buns used to come out is because of the salt. Okay, now butter is just supposed to enhance the taste, but when you add salted butter, okay, to your buns, the taste comes out more. But instead of that, I said if you don't want to add butter to your buns, just add enough sugar to sweeten your buns. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you add small sugar, but the salt will make the sweetness come out for those that have sweet tooth, and it will just balance for those that don't like too much sugar. Do you understand? So I added butter here, and I will also be adding 1 egg. Okay, for 300 grams of flour, I'll be adding just 1 egg. Okay, I poured that down. Oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing again. Anyways, you guys can just see what I'm doing. Don't mind the whole mess. I told you this is going to be original and detailed. Let me clean this up. Okay, now that I have cleaned that and added, for now, this is what I use. Okay, now for my own business, if I want to add milk, okay, I can add milk. Okay, also for the two, if you want to add milk, you can add milk. If you don't want to add milk, if you like, you might not add milk. Now some people used to add milk flavor, okay, but for protein wise, for my business, sometimes I add milk. Okay, it's just of recent when things are very much expensive now, and because of my supply, which I'll be explaining later, I didn't add milk. Okay, especially that video that I made. But now if I want to add milk, I can add milk to this. Now there's egg in this already, but if you still want milk, you can add milk. Okay, now I'm not going to be adding milk to anything here. So this is what we have. Okay, now let's go into mixing and frying. All right, my love, so to the oil part of things here. Okay, so this is the oil that I used to use. Okay, the oil that I used before the school went on holiday. I think I used this for a week and a half or so before the school went on holiday. So this is the remaining one. So I use King's oil. I will show you guys before I start using it. I'll show you when I'm pouring, but I want to show you guys the oil. Can you guys see how transparent it is? Okay, when you're not using an LD oil, it is going to be dark and you will not be able to, like, it is not good for the health, you know. But when you're using a very good oil, because you are selling something for the commercial aspect, for people to consume, you want to make their health matter. Okay, let me use this one to see. So their health matters a lot, so you have to be careful of what you use. You cannot just use anything. All right, my love, so let me mix this one first, okay, because of the egg. So the other time you guys were asking me how many cups of water. Somebody asked me how many cups of water I added, and I told you guys that day I didn't actually like measure it because I already knew the measurement of water I needed. Okay, but I'll be explaining something to you. Okay, all right, let me add. This is a cup, okay, of water, a cup here. So let us add it water cup by cup. So this is 1 cup, which you have to be careful when you're adding. Can you see this? Okay, let me bring the camera closer. Okay, I hope you guys can see clearly now. So this is a cup of water I added, which is not enough. So I'm going to be taking another cup, but I won't be adding everything immediately. I will have to like wait. You guys see? So we add gently. When you are adding your water, you have to be adding gently, okay, so that you don't like over pour water into it. Okay, so you don't want it to be too light, you want a little bit thick, okay, consistency, like a medium thick, not a very thick or a very soft thick. Okay, you want like a medium thick. You don't want it to be light, you don't want it to be too thick. Okay, so now I initially added, I should have stopped at that, but I added a little bit of water more to make you see like this is too light. Okay, Can you guys see? This is too light. So what I do when I add too much water is that I add a little bit of flour. Okay, now because I'm using 300 grams, if it is too light, you know, I'll just like take some flour. I have flour here. Okay, I'll just take some flour and then I'll just start adding little by little. Now if you're, this is because I'm just doing this because the flour is small, like I'm just making 300 grams. Now if I'm making a lot, okay, and I add too much water, I'll actually have to measure by grams. I can start by 50 grams or 100 grams, okay, and that means I'll have to add extra sugar, probably a teaspoon of sugar or a tablespoon of sugar. You have to start doing the extra calculation again. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Okay, so let me add a little bit of flour to this again, just small. This is flour here. Okay, can you guys see? Just added a little bit. Now, but if your dough, your mixture, your dough is too, not your dough, your mixture or your batter is too thick, you add a little bit of water. Now if you are using milk, you can add milk, maybe liquid milk to it. Do you guys understand? So you don't want it, this is how the consistency should be, not too liquidy where it will be dropping, but it should still be dropping, but it should be thick dropping. Can you guys see? Can you guys see? Okay, you can see that it's still thick. So this is what I use. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing to the other one. Now you can see that I didn't use all the 2 cups of water. I used a cup of water and small. Okay, probably like maybe 2 tablespoons of water or 3. So this one is ready. Now for this one, let me give it its actual measurement. Okay, so first you mix together, you mix together. Don't forget, if you want to add milk, even if you're not adding egg, you can. They sell what is it called? They sell all this milk that they measure per kilo. Okay, they sell milk that they measure. So one aside from these branded ones in nylon, these ones that I used to buy Dano, okay, Dano milk that they measure, okay, I'll buy half kilo or quarter. Okay, so now by the time you calculate it, a tablespoon, okay, of that measured milk would give you 40 naira. Okay, a tablespoon costs 40 naira. Do you guys understand? Actually, what's going on here? Oh, now I understand why this is actually taking more water. You know, there is egg in this one. Okay, so it needs less water. Okay, but there's no egg in this one because you can see that it's the same measurement. Okay, so but this one is taking more water because there's no egg here. You guys can see what is going on here. So now make sure that you are careful when you are doing your measurements, okay, because for this one, this is 300 grams and I'm using 1 egg. You can actually use 1 egg for 600 grams. Okay, now I'm just doing some because I don't want the egg to waste, except if I want to fry it later. If I use half egg. So okay, I think I just added too much water. Okay, so this one is the nutmeg one and this one is the cinnamon one. So I added, you guys can see the difference, right? This one is too liquidy, so I have to add flour to this one as well. That's why sometimes I don't use the measurements. I don't measure water. So just be careful when you're adding water, okay guys? Yeah, because you don't want to add too much water. You guys can see that it is thick dropping, not too light. So this is the consistency that we need. guys can see, right? Okay, now we are ready to fry. To fry. Oh my god. So there's another question asking me how many minutes. Like, I want to wash my hand, by the way. It takes me to how many minutes do I leave it to rest. So I actually don't calculate the minutes, but if I should calculate it, it will be around 5 to 8 minutes. Okay, so after I finish mixing here, I would leave it. Okay, I can cover it, and then just I can use like a napkin to cover. Okay, or I just leave it like this, or I can use a napkin to cover, whichever one. Then I would come like this to this place. Then I'll start eating my oil. By the time my oil will be hot and ready, it should have rested enough. Now I didn't wash my wok, okay, because you know it's just oil. I didn't wash my wok, so that's what I'll still be using. Let me light the gas. So this is King's, by the way. This is not an advertisement. This is me just showing you guys in details what I do and what I use. Okay, so there was a question where somebody asked me why I did not add yeast. Now when it comes to buns, you don't add yeast. You've already subtracted from what buns is supposed to be. Okay, you don't add yeast to your buns, and you don't add yeast to your egg roll. Okay, yeast is for donuts, yeast is for pop-off. Okay, yeah, but when you're adding yeast to your buns, you are subtracting from the original buns that it's supposed to be. Then it will not be crunchy as it is supposed to be. Do you guys understand? Now okay, well, of recent, I don't know, I noticed something, guys. So you know, I used to use nutmeg for my production, and then if I just use nutmeg without adding egg or milk or any other thing to it, it will not be very crunchy. I don't know why. But if I should add cinnamon, okay, if I should add cinnamon, that's why I said I made a mistake when I was actually adding egg. I wanted to add egg to the nutmeg one, not the cinnamon one. Okay, but I actually made that mistake. Maybe another time when I try it, I'll show you guys. Okay, let me just add this too. Now the oil I removed from this pan, I can still use it, or I should use it in the house if I need a fresh oil for my production. I hope you guys understand. So if I should use cinnamon, it will be more crunchier. I don't know the logic. Okay, I don't know whatever is going on. Now I'm going to leave my oil to be hot. Oh, let me just add one more, because I'm still going to produce. I'm going to make buns tomorrow to supply. So let me add this one. Now you want to add enough oil to your maybe your frying pan or your wok or your pot, so that your buns will not just stay down. Okay, oh my goodness, you guys, this has happened to me before. I forgot to add baking powder. Oh my god, I forgot to add baking powder, you guys. I forgot to add baking powder. I am so not editing this video. Oh my god. So let me quickly do that. I'll add some 10 grams each. I mean 5 grams each, sorry, not 10 grams. For 600 grams I had 10 grams. 5 grams each, or 1 teaspoon, a little bit full, because for 1 teaspoon, let me show you guys something. Okay, let's do this again. I want to show you guys something. Now 1 teaspoon of baking powder is actually 4 grams. Okay, can you guys see? This is 4 grams. Now if you make it a little bit fuller, just a little bit tiny, to give you 5. I hope you guys understand. So I can actually use this 4 grams for my 300 grams of flour. That's just one teaspoon each. Okay, so I'll use this one for down. So let's go inside to mix. All right guys, so this is my mixture. Okay, so this is the one I measured 4 grams, and then I'll use this one to measure the other one. Can you see? Now let's mix well, because I should have mixed it from the beginning. If you forget to add baking powder, okay, to your mixture, it will not float, okay. It will be, when you fry it, it will not come up, okay. It is going to sink and it will taste like it. You will chew it like rubber. It is not biteable, it is not chewable. I hope you guys understand. Yeah, so let me quickly bring this to myself and beat well. Please don't forget, I don't know why I actually forgot. I didn't bring it outside and I literally forgot. From the beginning, you guys would see how I was doing. Oh my god. Don't forget, this is 300 gram each. Now for 600 gram, you can add 1 egg, okay? Yeah. But make sure you know your calculation. You can make it 600 gram, you can make it 900 gram per 1 egg, or you can even make it 1,200 grams per 1 egg, okay? That means, or maybe 1 kg. 1 egg for 1 kg, or 2 eggs. I'm mixing this very well. Alright, my loves, so let me increase this a little bit. Now this is what I use, okay, to portion, okay, to portion my buns, okay. I don't use my hand, and that is because I didn't actually learn using my hand. I tried it the first, second, third, fourth time, and I just don't like how it came out. It is just me, okay. If you're good with your hands, you can use your hand to measure portion, but I'm used to this. Now I don't use a whole full cup, okay, to fry, to measure. Now this is the one with egg, okay. That's what we'll be using. That's what we'll be frying first. So I use about like a little bit more than half, or let me say half, or a little bit more than half, because I'll be selling this for 15 naira. If it is too big, you have some losses, okay, and you don't want losses. Now this is like silicone rubber, okay, like it's rubber but kind of silicone. So when I dig it in my oil, it does not give me any negative it does not like crack or melt it, okay. See, it's rising, so our baking powder is working already. Now when it comes to turning, I use a skewer. Now if you don't have a skewer, you can use any other thing, a stick or something. Make sure it is clean, then you use to turn or whatever you want to do, or to shift or to arrange. Let's start frying. Now this is it, okay. If I should do like this, you can see that it is not full, right? It is not full. So this is how I portion my buns. So this is the second one. Let's fry this. Alright, my love, so to me I prefer the one without egg. Also, you guys can add milk flavor to yours. You can add milk itself, and you can add vanilla flavor. You can add any flavor you want to your buns. Okay, alright, so I make 14 pieces as a dozen. This way I am able to make extra, because you know how things are right now. So I would supply 14, 12 will be mine, while 2 will be for the schools that I supply to. Alright, my love, so tell me guys, which one would you love to try? Which one would you love to substitute? If you try this recipe, let me know in the comment section below. Like, maybe when you finish trying it, let me know which one you love the taste more. Let me know which one you feel like it is more crunchy. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you will notify when I post the next video. Don't forget that you're beautiful, you're amazing, you're king, you're queen, you're full of grace, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.